Hello! I should start this video by disclosing that as a partnered Ubisoft creator, Ubisoft was nice enough to invite me to a secret playtest of Siege X a few weeks before it was officially revealed, where I got to see some of the changes being brought into Siege early and play an early build of the closed beta with other creators and ask questions about what we saw. While I am a partnered Ubisoft creator from the Ubisoft Creator Program, they have by no means asked or influenced me to talk about Siege X in any way to their own benefit. I am making this video sharing my own thoughts and opinions, and Ubisoft has had zero creative input or control over this video. They don't even know I'm making this. However, because I am a partnered Ubisoft creator, that means that if you want access to the Siege X closed beta, you can unlock it by watching my streams on Twitch. My channel has the closed beta drops available for you to gain access right up until the beta ends on the 19th of March. You can find my Twitch channel in the description below. For us to start, we can't begin on any other topic without starting with the elephant in the room, that is modernized maps. At launch, there will be 5 modernized maps: Clubhouse, Chalet, Bank, Cafe, and Border, with 3 additional maps being modernized each season after Siege X's launch. Modernized maps come with improved visuals and textures, and enhanced lighting. In Alex Karpaz's, which is the creative director of Siege's, words about modernized maps, he said that all major surfaces have been redone, with materials looking more real thanks to updated physically based rendering standards, displacement mapping, exposure compensation, and increased resolution. First, let's just talk about how amazing the maps look now. I feel like I'm looking at floor textures that go up to 16K resolution because it's a night and day difference. Everything looks so much more crisp and easier on the eyes. You can make out the bloody bumps and cracks in the bricks from across the room. You can see crisp reflections in the water and on the floors, making me think for a nanosecond that we had gotten RTX ray tracing. It all looks just amazing. I cannot state enough how much of an improvement they've made to the visuals, and it's going to be something that you'll always appreciate. Next up, in potentially a change that is just as huge, is the lighting enhancements. People have been yearning for Siege to return to a darker tone of the game from Year 1 and Year 2 for a long time now. For a lot of people, it felt darker, grittier, more realistic, and more fun. I was not one of those people. I didn't mind the lighting, but when they made changes to the lighting in Year 2 and beyond, making the game more competitive and removing those darker rooms and hiding spots, I was very happy. Because in my opinion, the game benefited so much from focusing on one of the best and most unique aspects of Siege to win engagements, which is the gunplay. While I liked the darker and more realistic tone and the variability in the game provided with its darker lighting, I didn't like how it affected the game's gunplay, which to me is the core of this game. So I was very happy when they started making those things brighter, and I've always been against returning Siege to those days now that it's been gone for years and years. So with Siege X's modernized maps, they are now going back to a more darker tone, with the creative director of Siege, Alex Karpaz's, quoted as saying, "We've done significant work on these environments. We've rebuilt the lighting engine to bring a more realistic atmosphere with richer contrasts and colours." In my eyes, it feels like they've somewhat merged what night maps used to be into the daytime maps. So I'll be the first to say, I was wrong. I was wrong. From what I've seen so far from the previews, and in a complete contradiction to what I had previously thought, I love what they've done. The maps look darker and grittier, but I don't think it's in a way that affects the game negatively. It's nowhere near as bad, in my opinion, as it was back near the launch of the game, as I believe they've found the perfect balance between competitive gunplay and visuals, with hints of the darker lighting that so many have been begging to return. This is also evident from the SiegeX reveal, with Joshua Mills, game director of Siege, saying, "These updates will enhance lighting and textures, and be more in line with the dark, gritty tone that people picture when they think of Siege, or maintaining the strategic depth that players love." Of course, I'm sure there'll be more issues here and there. Obviously nothing is perfect, and it may need tweaking over time if they find one corner of a room that it's, slightly too dark or something. But I think they've found the perfect balance between both sides. Just looking at some specific examples, I love how the lamps illuminate more of the room and the backgrounds around them. The rooms look darker, but they also look warm and livelier. And just overall, it reminds me of the best parts of Siege's old lighting system, but without the bad parts that everyone seemingly forgets from back in those days. However, next up, and potentially my favourite change they've made with SiegeX, is an audio overhaul. Gone are the days of hearing somebody crouch walking near you and not being able to figure out if they're above you, below you, or on the stairs right beside you. And you take a 1 in 3 guess at which one it is, and then you die, because you were wrong. As I'm sure we've all experienced tons of times while playing. First up, they've reworked the audio so that it is easily distinguishable what floor someone is on relative to where you are, as long as you know what sounds to listen for. This change alone, even if nothing else is different, is huge. They've also completely reworked the way sound or noise travels around in the game. Sound propagation and the pathing the noise takes to reach you, and even considering the type of room the sound or noise was made in to decide what noise escapes for you to hear. For example, if an enemy shoots from a large room, you'll hear a very echoey set of shots compared to if they shot in a small room. The room the shots come from dictate the way that you hear it, and it helps you quickly detect what room it could have been from. Footsteps have also completely changed to make the surface of what you're running on much more impactful. Concrete, marble, wood, metal, and other walkable surfaces have always had distinct differences in the way you'd hear them, with some being small and some being large, such as metal staircases, which are unmistakable. With SiegeX now, every surface that an enemy steps on is just as distinct for you to hear and pinpoint exactly where they are. They also highlighted the new meta, which is walking on carpet muffles your footsteps, which I'm sure will pair great with the new operator releasing next season, who deploys bulletproof carpet. Okay, for real though, I like this because it promotes you to actively think about what surface you're walking on and how the enemy will hear you. Next up is a change that probably isn't at the top of everyone's wish list, but I think we can all agree it is very much needed, and it's first-person shadows. Gone are the days of accidentally silhouetting yourself while you're standing a floor above the enemy, or attempting to peek the rafters from a clubhouse's garage doorway and getting destroyed by someone who could see your shadow approaching the doorframe up to 3 business days before you'd actually peeked the doorway. A lot of people are about to start realizing exactly what they're giving away to the enemy when they didn't think they were visible, which I think is a great change for putting the power back in the player's hands to know exactly what they're accidentally showing. A new but major component that's being added to the game is what they've called destructible ingredients. Placed around the modernized maps now are fire extinguishers and gas pipes. Fire extinguishers can be shot to release a puff of smoke that lasts a second or two, but also disorientate anyone who is next to it, similar to a very quick Elamine. The gas pipes can be shot to slowly release a line of ignited gas that blocks off important key doorways and hallways before exploding and leaving a bunch of fire that lasts about a second or two. If you shoot the gas pipe multiple times, it causes more gas to escape the pipe and ignite, causing the pipe to explode much faster if you want the fire ASAP. These fire extinguishers and gas pipes litter the entire map, covering key choke points, doorways, hallways, and any other spot that could be deemed important, and will become extremely meta for you to utilize or anticipate in nearly every round. I believe this could be a good change if it's balanced properly and not overdone too much, and I'm looking forward to seeing the unique changes that they bring to the game. From what we all saw during the reveal, and the time that I've spent personally running around the maps, I do worry slightly that there may be too many placed around the map. However, I'd assume they'd easily be removable from specific choke points if it's found that those areas are better balanced without a fire extinguisher or gas pipe being nearby. Overall, I'm excited to see what they bring to the game and the strategy around them. And if certain spots are unbalanced, I think Ubisoft would be able to easily balance or remove them from specific spots. Another destructible ingredient that differs to the two prior is interacting with metal detectors. You can now EMP the beepers to temporarily disable them from making noise when someone walks through them, or if you prefer, you can destroy them completely from making noise with an explosive. I think this is a good change, and it will bring some nice variants to some maps, especially Bank and Border. Those are some of the things that I am most excited to see coming out in Siege X. It'll be launching June 10th at the start of Year 10 Season 2. I'm looking forward to a lot of this stuff. There's been a lot of other stuff that I've not mentioned here, specifically the 6v6 dual front mode, weapon inspect, the advanced rappel features which allow you to sprint while rappelling and also traverse around corners, the advanced vaulting mechanics. There's a ton of stuff, the advanced anti-cheat. There's a ton of stuff here that I haven't mentioned because I just didn't think it was in the top 5, but there's a lot of other changes that you probably should know about if you have not watched the reveal already. I'm assuming you probably have. But I would go check out the official reveal to see everything. This is just the top ones that I am most excited for to come to the game. But there's many others that I have not mentioned that I'm not ignoring on purpose. But that is my list. Let me know what you're most excited for in the comments down below. Feel free to also like the video. I am streaming over on Twitch and also on YouTube as well. But if you want access to the closed beta, you will need to head over to my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/assassin. Head over to the Twitch stream, feel free to chuck me a follow and watch the stream for 30 minutes, and you should get the closed beta access. However, if Twitch is not your thing, I also stream here over on YouTube now as well. So if you prefer that, the option is yours. But that has been me. Hopefully, you've had a nice day, and until next time, I'll catch you later.